So two emerging nations who have made big strides at this 2021 Women's Rugby League World Cup. Canada and Brazil have brought colour and excitement and a different accent to this wonderful sport. And they shall bask in their final moment of glory here at this competition. These two teams will be heading home, but they still have plenty of memories to make in the next 80 minutes or so, backed by a vociferous and passionate crowd. The first of the doubleheaders, it's Canada against Brazil, and plenty of expat support for both teams. Players have got their own banners being made, and this is what it means. Look at the smiles. This is a moment to savour at a world-famous rugby league venue like Headingley. Canada and Brazil will say their farewells to this competition, but not before they deliver a game to remember. Brazil flags in the stands, likewise the Canadian maple leaves. Great to see these two new nations enjoying their taste of the 2021 Rugby League World Cup. That's what they're playing for across the board. The Women's Rugby League trophy. Here we have some anthems, starting with Brazil.
For those of you who can, please stand for the national anthem of Brazil. Passionate reception for both anthems ahead of this Group A match. Canada against Brazil. Let's have a look at these starting 13s. For Canada at 3, Petra Woods. 4, Ferris Sandberg. 1, Danny Fernandez. 15, Nina Louis. 20, Laura Muller. At 10, Laura Manu. 7, Sandberg.
Okay, so let's have a look at the two teams for tonight's game. Maria Pikulis has been a dynamo at loose forward for this Canada Ravens side. More than 400 metres run. Petra Woods has also had a fine tournament. Nina Bui comes into the three-quarter line. As for Brazil, well, they have had a few players stand out too. Natalia Momberg scored that historic first try at a World Cup. And Francine Amaral, boy, does she hit hard. Let's see if she can pick that up tonight. Canada will be more than wary. So the hooter sounds, the moment of togetherness passed. Both sides have had their huddles and their final moments of preparation for this one. Jess Cortman alongside me, England international, played at the 2017 World Cup. This is the point where I guess these players know that their World Cup is over, but they can go out, as you say, go and enjoy it, go and make the best of they can. Michael Smale is our referee for tonight's game, by the way. In the video referee's booth, it's James Vella. So yeah, going back to that one, Jess. Big moment for these players. They know that their World Cup's over, but they can go out, they can enjoy it, they can hopefully shine.
Of course they can, and both teams looking for obviously their first win, and to go out on a big win would be obviously a great end to this World Cup for either side, because it's been a tough World Cup for both, but like we say, it's all about the pride in the badge on the chest, and they'll be looking to enjoy this one tonight.
So the final moments before kick-off, one game together is the message from the Rugby League World Cup 2021 organisers. Everybody coming together against all forms of discrimination and in support of this wonderful sport. So it's Canada against Brazil here in Headingley, in the city of Leeds in England. And Brazil get us underway. It will be Canada who get the first dibs of the football. Well, the tournament so far, I guess you build up to every game. You maybe want to go out there, set the platform, go through your sets, but this is almost a free hit for both teams. Might we see a little bit more, something a bit more explosive, Jess?
Well, I hope so. Yeah, looking for some big hits tonight, and people to just play a bit more free maybe, and put their eyes up, and maybe we'll see something a little bit more special tonight.
Okonkwo coming forward for this Canada side, Nigerian-Canadian. Very proud of her dual heritage, as Pikulis again, who has just stamped out the metres throughout this tournament. Her first game stats, 271 metres. I mean, the GPS in the back of her shirt, Jess, must have been throbbing.
Yeah, she's really impressive is Megan Pikulis, and she's just as impressive in defence as well, with 90 tackles over 2 games, which is 24 more than any other player in the tournament.
Sabuk Dade with the kick downfield, saw in the interview, sporting a bit of a shiner. It just shows, doesn't it? No, there's no sort of second best in this one. Everyone's going for it full pelt.
Yeah, definitely. All the girls put the body on the line in every game. A good start from both sides there.
Open start, both sides testing out each other's mettle here. Patricia Bodman from acting up. Amaral, who has done plenty without the ball. She's smothered that time. Bodeman, delayed pass there. Nice little bit of shape at the line.
Yeah, looks like both teams have cleaned up their game. Both guilty of very scrappy starts in the previous games, but this is looking a bit more structured so far.
Crash ball and a massive hit there as Okonkwo made the challenge just over halfway. Last one here for Brazil. Bodeman will get back to Graf, who will hoist this one. It's going to come down, and maybe a bit of a bounce in the end. A really good take from Lauren Mueller, who came off that touchline and really took control.
Yeah, got some air on that one, didn't it?
Woods skimming that line. Another threat, as we saw the try against England was in a similar vein, wasn't it? Just sort of skimming a line and spotting a gap and exploiting it.
Yeah, she's got really good footwork at the line as Petra Woods, so hopefully we'll see a bit more of that today.
So Mariu with a little dummy, little double pump there from the experience. Ex-Kiwi Ferns player. I mean, just for those who maybe don't realise, Laura Mariu's a world-class player, isn't she? She's won it all.
She really is. She's been a prolific halfback for New Zealand for a lot of years, and she'll bring a lot of structure to this Canada team.
Canada making inroads here. Last tackle. Vitesse, who's in at acting half today. Mariu sends that kick up, and she makes that a tester at the back. Oh, it's been spilled. And that will give Canada real field position here. Well, it was a tricky kick. It steepled up, didn't it? And then it just dropped out of the sky. It
really did. I was about to say that she might have wanted to find a bit more grass with that one, but it's worked out in the end for Canada.
Natalia Montberg maybe got a bit spooked in the lights, but as I say, you can tell we're right into November now, can't you? Because the light is gone. It's pitch black here. Look like it's doing their job. Canada with an attacking scrum here. So they can try to exploit now with Aberg. Skidding on the outside shoulder of her opposite number, trying to fling the pass. It goes to ground. And you have to credit Brazil in there. And I think Canada maybe panicked a little bit there.
Yeah, a bit too much there just off the scrum. But that's what she'll look to do, will Aberg all day. Skip at the line and then look for that offload if she gets a nose through. But could have really done with just taking it in there and settling the ball and getting a quick play of the ball for her team.
Yeah, she basically chucked the ball into the Brazil player there, didn't she? And wasn't played at. And therefore, Brazil get the ball back. But you can see Canada's intent, not going to allow Casemiro to get out of her own end. They are looking to keep the line speed fresh.
Yeah, they've got a really good defensive line of Canada. Always quick off the mark. And numbers in tackles every time.
So, Brazil, nice little step from Boardman there that time. Lovely footwork, wasn't it?
Great footwork at the line, that's what we like to see.
So, edging forward now on the back of that Amaral. Leg drive from her. Although Canada, as you say, they're more than wary. There's three in the tackle, and that's, as you say, that's been a feature of the play.
Yeah, I think they've clued up on Amaral. She is destructive.
So, kick from Graf. We're going to find the ground instead. Oh, it's not backwards, was it, that time? Oh, a little bit of an heavy one there for Canada. They've been pinged.
Yeah, I don't know if it might be a bit greasy out there. It's been chucking it down all day, so the ball might be a bit slippy. But yeah, both teams are knocking on there from kicks.
Very Sambo, you can almost see the frustration wrought on her face as she realised she'd spilled that. 5 gone, 0-0. Brazil's turn to test the mettle of this Canada defence this time. The Ravens under a bit of pressure maybe now. Graf plays short of the line, lovely hands. We're going to release Medeiros. Bodeman, they've got options on this short side, which is where they'll go. Oliveira. Bodeman. Now Graf. Now they've got numbers on that far side, although they've seemed to have pulled away slightly, but they're going to hit down that side with Welter. In range here. Great opportunity for Brazil.
Should look to ship it right. Should look to ship it right here. They seem to have a lot of space out here on the right edge.
They'll go herself from acting half. Montberg, I think it was. She'll play it.
She's gone.
And there they go in the ring! Francine Amaral would not be stopped from there. Like a steam train, and Brazil hit the front. What a score that is. Francine Amaral celebrates. She didn't look too happy about it. She took a whack in that one, Jess.
I think she did. She's gone from a dummy half position there as a prop, so it's even more impressive. She's just put her eyes up, hasn't she, and seen that the Canada defenders are a little bit wide there, spotted the gap and gone over the line. Big wrap to Amaral there.
Yeah, it was sheer physics, that, wasn't it? Too much power coming one way, not enough in the other. So Brazil in front. And that's what they would have been looking for. So Maria Graf with the kick in front of the posts. Steadying herself. So Brazil, who's only scored before today, that come from Natalia Momberg. And the defeat by England. Well, they've got a second score in the tournament, and it's a deserved one too. They took advantage of the field position, and it's Brazil who hit the frontier of Headingley.
Yeah, I imagine Paul Grundy's really impressive is how his team have started this game. They're looking a lot more structured from the PNG game. I'm not sure if that is because Maria Graf's back in the team. She adds a lot to this Brazilian side, and they'll be really chuffed with that second score.
Yeah, Paul Grundy just issuing instructions on his spot up in the stands. So back to the middle we come. Brazil strike first in this final Group A fixture for these two teams. England, Papua New Guinea to follow, of course. Nigeria didn't exactly make the best of that, but somehow recovered. But again, Canada swamping Brazil as they come forward.
They put in 3 bodies in every tackle, and it's paying off for them so far.
Brazil looking to make some headway off the back of points. Just a good solid set would do Paul Grundy, no doubt. Real tussle that time as Prios, the loose forward, looked to get away. Scragged that time. Amaral, who's already shown her weaponry close to the line. Brazil testing Canada out down this right edge. Into acting half bottom, and again back out it goes to Graf, who gets a boot under the ball and it wobbles about awkwardly. Who's going to put their name on it? Petra Woods is going to put her name on it. What a step that was! In the end, Brazil did pretty well to shut it down, but she's the live wire threat.
Yeah, enthusiastic chase from Brazil, but Petra Woods there, just great footwork.
Canada into the arm wrestle now. It's Brazil who hold that lead. Bowie on the rampage here. Oh, she almost got the offload away.
Lovely run.
Muller, who's with the London Broncos in Rugby League South, and she was almost away too. Guess looked as though she was going to get an offload away to the Pakulis. Nice timing on the pass this time, Okonkwo. Stomping through. 30 out, last tackle. Canada looking to finish this set with some points maybe. Mariu, oh, she got a kick wrong. And Brazil swipe it.
Plenty of space in the corner there for Mariu to slide the kick in. She'll be disappointed with that one.
Yes, fine margins like that, isn't it? Oh, here we go. Brazil have tossed the ball away. And Canada have got it back here. Look at step here from Hindley, the captain. Set restart here. Back to 0 we go. Vitesse to Bakulis. Big fend. Oh, she spilled it. Either side able to keep hold of possession at the moment, Jess.
Yeah, a few unforced errors at the minute, and just a bit of a loose carry there, I think. They'll be looking to clean it up a little bit more. It started off well, maybe getting a bit tired as it goes on into this first half, but yeah, both teams going well in my opinion.
12 or so minutes gone. It's been frenetic, lots of ball in play, lots of there's not been a lot of stoppage, has there?
No, there hasn't, and obviously that takes a toll on the players, but both teams looking well, going forward well with the ball. I think we might see, I thought we were going to have Amaral there again, volunteering to take another run in.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing as when you see Amy Hardcastle or in the men's game and Nelson Asafa Solomon put their hands up. It's like, you know, that wrecking ball is on its way.
Yeah.
Nice play by Brazil. They've opened some space a bit. Electrifying pace. Skipping, still skimming away. Edna Santini. They can't lay a finger on her at the moment. There's so much shape if they can exploit it here. They might be able to exploit it. Here come Brazil, romping forward. Oh, they've turned up the pace here.
Wow. She skipped across every player in the pitch there. But she created a lot of space on that left edge for her team, so well done there.
Inside the 10, looking for another score here. Oh, they messed up the play, the ball. Touch judges on. Turnover.
Tell you what, Brazil are looking really exciting so far in this first half.
Yeah, Edna Santini And a little saunter across field. Just couldn't quite take advantage of the space in the end. That almost needed to go straight through, didn't it?
It did. If she'd have just maybe taken it to the line a bit more and drawn a couple more defenders, then they might have had the gap to go in on the left corner there.
Bakulis, Fites, to Bowie. Oh, nice hands. Here comes Aberg. She's showing against England ability to break lines.
I think she's got 25 line breaks so far in the tournament, Marie Aberg. So, yeah, she's impressive with that. I'm not sure what's happened here.
Incorrect lay the ball, I think. Or was it even turnover?
Oh, yes, incorrect. That's unlucky again, just another unforced error, which they won't be happy with. But both teams going well so far. And, yeah, like I said, playing with a little bit more freedom in this game. It's nice to see.
Yeah, really open, isn't it? Really entertaining, fair. Nobody getting locked up in systems and processes. It's play what you see almost, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is, and it's really exciting. Oh, here she is.
Yeah, Amaral. Boy, does she love a carry.
Canada are doing really well in defence so far against her, though. They're getting numbers in tackles and really slowing her down.
Graf, little explore. Oh, they've got options here. Nice step back on the inside, that time for Medeiros. Brazil really working the field position here. Bonneman, they've got shape both sides of the ruck. It's a short ball. Oh, they just didn't capitalise again. And Maddie Aberg dives on the grenade.
Brazil are really getting themselves into the right positions in this half so far. They've been really impressive. It's just them little bits of skill that are letting them down at the minute. And if they can clean that up, then we could be looking at a few more scores here for Brazil today, hopefully.
Yeah, Brenna Briost almost thought about where she was going before she actually caught the ball, and you know, that's just a little bit of overexcitement, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. She is wanting to pick the ball up, and she can see the white line in front of her to get over, so I think she just got a little bit excited there.
Almost celebrating it before she'd
Yeah.
got it, wasn't she?
That's it.
Yeah, such is the excitement about this Brazil team at the moment. Hindley, Topple. And they're looking to strike though. Bakulis again.
Tackle.
Really hitting hard, getting right into the guts of these Canada players. No holds barred affair so far. What a charge that is.
What a fend.
And they steal. Enjoying her time on the field at the moment. Now they're going to try and hit them on that short side of Canada. Again, the execution just lacking.
It is. Both teams have got really good go forward. Like I say, it's just them that last pass or that last bit of skill letting them down at the minute. But both really emphatic so far in this first half, and playing with a bit more freedom and looking up in front of them and spotting those extra gaps that you might not see in a bit more of a close encounter.
Yeah, I guess when you play in England or Papua New Guinea, and then clearly, you know, the Gillaroos, the Kiwi Burns, they are so used to defending strategies. They will run plays, they'll defend you in systems and stuff, whereas this is, you know, they just don't have the time on the paddock to do that, I guess, do they?
No, you don't. You see, those games are a lot more structured, and they'll have set plays to stick to, whereas this, players can put their eyes up and just play what's in front of them.
Almost like a scissors movement off the scrum that time from Brazil, and they're ploughing forward here. Welter really taking the game to Canada down that left edge. Wrapped in again by Loshi de Quadros, who had a spell at the Nottingham Outlaws of all places, the East Midlands team. So just inside that 20, Brazil sniffing out some points maybe here. Ball moved on out to this side. Lovely step back, a drop-off play that time for Santini from Medeiros. She's a real Duracell bunny, isn't she, of a player?
She is. She's quick with ball in hand, great feet at the line as well.
Fran Barros taking Brazil within 5 here. Santini. Oh, she runs into traffic that time. The beep was shut down.
Brazil will be really happy with where they're turning the ball over, though. They're in the Canada's 20, and the sets are looking a lot more structured than what they have within the previous 2 games.
Canada being put under a bit of duress. They've been breached once, just raw power from Francini Amaral. Oh, they've spilled it here, have they? Look and see what the call is from Michael Smale. Well, Christy Sargent had bodies all over her there.
Yeah, it's a little bit unlucky. I think he has given a knock on Brazil ball here.
Would say Brazil have Canada a little rattled here, Jess.
It seems that way. If I'm completely honest, I tipped Canada before this game started, but I've been really impressed with Brazil so far. They just seem to be really enjoying it tonight.
Yeah, going through shape, really testing them out. Oh, they've come off the scrum, and it's almost a sneak on the blind side that time from Priost. It was well read by this Canada defence. Taken by Bodeman, who dropped it off that time to Amaral again, who came to the ball hard. They're going to run it through Graf. Away to this right edge now, Oliveira. So close to the line, they are having to jam in, aren't they? Little goal line sneak, oh, that was cheeky. Knocked on, though.
Tell you what, good defending from Canada there. They've done really well on their own line, after being put under a lot of pressure for the past 3 sets.
And Natalia Monberg went for the cheeky one and spilled it. Such was the defensive effort.
Probably not the right decision there. They did have space on the left edge, and I think the winger was screaming for the ball there.
I guess that is the thing when you do play a little bit more off the cuff, that, you know, players will take their own little decisions sometimes. But they, Hindley, what a carry this is! Oh, she's carved her way through! Still going here for Canada. The skipper standing up there for the team. Maddie Aberg, it was that time. Muller, Pakulis. Oh, she was drilled that time by Casemiro. Vitesse to steal. Brazil set about her with real intent that time. Vitesse, Mariu. Oh, went through the hands to Woods. Hacked on and recovered. And the tackle cam not been reset from what I can tell from Michael Smale. Christy Sargent driving up through the middle that time. Vitesse, Pakulis takes the contact. They've certainly cleared their own end of the field.
Yeah, they've done really well to turn defence into attack there from a good run from Maddie Aberg.
McDade on to Aberg, and she spilled it.
Curse on her there.
It was that, exactly. Oh, that was untimely. Graf. Oh, and they've spilled it themselves here, Brazil. Maybe that the pace of the game has been relentless, hasn't it? Maybe just starting to show a little bit.
It really has. I think the captains need to just have a little bit of a word with the teams here and maybe calm it down a little bit. It is a really exciting fixture so far, and like you say, they may be getting a bit overly enthusiastic to run the ball in, and she'd caught that before. She actually caught it, hadn't she, there?
Fran Barros was almost thinking about the contact she was going to face in a minute. Those Canada players dipping their backs. So it's out to this right-hand side. Muller's going to turn on the turbo here. What a cover tackle that is. Recycled though by Bowie. And Canada still have it. McDade. Vitesse into Pakulis. She had options on her shoulder there.
The queuing up on the right-hand edge there.
Yeah, so many numbers. Mariu. Now Hindley. Now they've got a delivery. Oh, it went to ground as the pass went there from Franada.
I think the Brazil player got a hand on that there.
Yes, restart here. Now Mariu misses out the teammate and then finds McDade, who is clobbered, but Canada have a real position here. Oh, and then Vitesse was just clocked up for a second at the play of the ball.
She's looking around her for options and she's forgot to pick the ball up.
Mariu. Good defence from Brazil, really rattling rib cages. Vitesse, McDade, there's numbers on this short side.
Great.
If they can smuggle it away from Bowie. Good scramble from Brazil. Both sides turning up here. Muller, oh, it's gone to ground.
Bit of a chance gone amiss there for Canada, I think. They had a lot of options all over the park and unfortunately just haven't picked the right one, but great defence from Brazil. It's been really impressive, especially Santini on this wing. She's been putting in a great performance so far for Brazil.
Absolutely, I mean, it would be easy just to do the nice, exciting stuff at one end, isn't it? Drifting across field, but putting herself about. Muller unable to finish. So, feet. So Brazil looking to strike from deep here. And Atkins is our video referee tonight. We'll see whether we'll see him involved at all. Brazil almost squeezing through.
Rugby union run there. She went in with her head to floor, but she's got a really quick play the ball for her team.
I guess that's the thing, isn't it? A lot of these players are dual coders. There's far less of a kind of historic antipathy between the two sports, isn't there, which we have in this country. They've lost the ball, but those players, obviously, most of these players on both sides play both codes, and so there's probably a few times where they probably get a little bit confused.
Yeah, the skills are obviously transferable through both, but like you said, you might have a little glimpse in loss of concentration and forget what game you're playing.
In the hurly-burly of a World Cup, very easy to steal that time. Set the platform. Pakulis off the back of that, and Canada motoring forward here. Bowie from Achin half. She's going to go herself here. Bit of a spill, but it was regathered. Mariu, is she going to play the kick this time? Floating pass, there's a loss of the footing, streaking for the corner, they're in. Very Sambo. Well, she took advantage of the slip in backfield, and Canada on the board. Great try from Very Sambo, but it owed so much to that little slip in back play.
Yeah, feel for the winger on that side for Brazil there, but Laura Mariu has done really well for her side there. She's drawn in at least 3 defenders and put it out for a finish in the corner. That's a bit more impressive from Canada.
Yeah, just delaying the pack. I mean, she bites into the line just, doesn't she? And then the slip.
Yeah, she's
punished.
Taken in 3 players there as Laura Mariu, if we just watch. She squares up really nicely at the line, and yeah, unfortunately the winger loses a foot in, but it's still great ball out.
So Brazil's lead whittled down to 2. And big onus here on Dani Fernanda. I think it is over on that far side to swing her boot. So composing herself on a brisk night here in Leeds. It's a little bit fresh, isn't it? Certainly fresh up here on the gantry. But buoyed by the thrill of a test match here. I'm sure these players aren't feeling the cold one bit. So a picture of concentration. Dani Fernanda on the right-hand side. Has it got the legs? Has it got the direction?
It's a good effort.
Not too far away.
Just didn't quite have the legs there. Great accuracy, though.
So it's a 2-point ball game, and again, we've seen Canada finally really put together a play of devastating proportions, but that slip is so cruel.
Canada just doing what we know they can do there. They haven't done it so far in this half, but have just shown there when they do get in the right areas of the field, they can play really good rugby league.
Yeah, Daniel Suarez slipping on the dewy turf. But Ferris Sambo was released, and she had the gas, she had the momentum. She might well have finished it anyway, but back to the middle we go. On the back of points then, Canada. There's 2 points in it here. Great final game for these two teams in Pool A. Really giving it their all, really. Playing some decent stuff too. It's exciting. It's edge of your seat fair.
Just another example of a great run back in behind the ruck there. We've seen that a lot tonight. Players running, putting their head down and just running with momentum. It's great to see.
Yep, Sarah Maguire just on off the bench. She had her hands out ready for first receiver for another carry then, but they went the opposite side, and Bowie was causing all sorts of problems down that left-hand side. Quickening up the pace here with Aberg. Nice footwork from her. She's dropped her shoulder, swept one way and swung back the other.
And she's drawn in 3 defenders there as Aberg again.
Nice tackle here for Canada. McDade goes airborne. That's a kick and a half. If they can keep this alive. It's been pouched here by Canada. Back to 0.
It's a great kick there, putting a lot of pressure on the Brazil, and they've just taken advantage of it.
Sargent passes on to Maguire. Maguire stomps her way through. What an introduction. Tone-setting carry early in the set, and then a score. And Canada have swiped the lead back from Brazil here with a try of real power. Sarah Maguire, and Canada lead by 2.
Really impressive from Sarah Maguire there, like you say earlier, in the set, taking a barnstorming run up the middle of the pitch, and then here she's just got out of the ball and run with momentum at the line and put a bit of footwork on and finish under the stick. She really deserves that one.
Yeah, little ball at the line from Christy Sargent. I think it was who delivered that final ball, just took it right into her teeth, saw the player jumping out the line, timed it perfectly.
Yeah, she's drawn the players really well there, and perfectly timed pass.
That's what it means to score at a World Cup as well. The looks on their faces, brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, she almost had tears in her eyes when she finished that one there, did Maguire.
So Dani Fernanda a little bit easier this time than right on the touchline, which it was before. So Canada have the lead. And Dani Fernanda, who is practicing her swing. There have been some great free kick takers in the past. Is she going to try and emulate one of those, or is it just going to be a little clip through?
It's interesting to watch the setup of kickers, isn't it?
Everyone's got their own technique, haven't they? She stutters up to it and pops it through. And points to 6. Dani Fernanda off the mark. Canada up and running, big time now.
Yeah, it took Canada a while to settle into the game, didn't it? But they're really finding their cool now and playing good rugby league, like we know they can. Brazil just need to stay calm, get back to what they were doing in the first 20 minutes, and we could be really looking at a close battle here tonight.
Yeah, certainly every chance for Brazil to foist their way back into this game. Mike Castle still didn't exactly look comfortable, did he, up in his position?
Not giving anything away.
So fielded by Mariu, the back fence here. Sargent was ramping up from around about 20 or 30 yards there. What a take. Good defence from Brazil likewise. Here come Canada again. Hindley, it is the captain, or is Pakulis, sorry, this time, who is willing to engage. Sargent almost slipped through the line that time, but good defence in the end. From their own toughies in the shape of Barbara Leal, who was making the challenge that time. A couple of extra involvements for her in the set. Now they're through Pakulis again. She's so direct.
She is. I think that's her 13th carry of the half so far. It's crazy stats, and she never looks tired, does it, Pakulis?
So kick into backfield. Oh, her bounce has really deceived Monberg at the back, and she just about squeezes into the field of play. Burrowing in, and I think she's earned a side a penalty with it.
She's done really well there to not get caught out in the dead ball area. It was a great chase from Canada. But yeah, like you said, just squeezed a way through at least 3 players there, I think, to find grass within the field.
And Natasha Naismith is on at the moment as hooker for this Canada side who are defending at the moment, and they'll tap it from deep here. Brazil maybe just didn't trust in the mega boot.
I think the way that Brazil go forward, they have confidence in the ball carriers and look to get a bit further with ball in hand.
Leal, who's just come on, they've already been busy. But there are, again, 3 in the tackle from Canada. They don't miss. Scurrying run from Oliveira. Bodeman at the dummy half position. Proper dip the head and burrow in stuff from Brazil here.
A lot of the Brazil players running with their head down. I think that's maybe to get a quick play of the ball for their side.
So Graf will kick on the last. It swirls all over the shot, that one. Well taken it by Petra Woods, as you say. She was so cool and calm there. Positioning was perfect.
Yeah, she's positioned herself really well there, and no doubt that she were catching that one. And she's so quick off the mark, is Petra Woods. She's gone 15 metres there from the kick return.
Good wrestle through the middle this time as try scorer Ferris Sambo. They're going to get some yardage. Good defence from Brazil, and equally slicing attack from the
I think that's
Canadians. Penalty.
Tired mistake there from Oliveira.
Sarah Maguire breathing, sucking in the oxygen. It has been full power. Oh, they're in. Naismith slicing through. A good scramble from Brazil, but Canada on the front foot now. Mario has options either side of the ruck. She goes short to Maguire, who's already hammered out one try. Big tackle though. Naismith distributing from the base. Oh, it's a stooping pickup.
It's really unlucky.
They didn't get that one right.
No, it's another chance gonna miss for Canada, but they're getting themselves in the right areas of the field. And I think for Brazil, it's tired defenders around the ruck area at the minute as we get to the latter stages of this first half.
Yeah, only 5 minutes. It's absolutely whizzed, doesn't it? 5
really
minutes to go.
It's the signs of an exciting game. It has been really, really fun to watch here tonight. These teams playing with a lot more freedom and really enjoying themselves. And both teams do look confident with ball in hand.
Yeah, it's not a night that, I mean, I'm sure Mike Castle and Paul Grundy will be saying, well, it is a night where we should be looking at completion rates, but really it's not, is it? It's about really getting the best out of this World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
For these two teams. Coaches, though. Coaches will be coaches.
They will.
Your face said it all there, Jess.
I'm sure they'll have their stats sheets out still.
Jess Cortman, England international, played at the 2017 World Cup, but really serious injury that you were telling us about. The total practically knee blowout, that one.
Yeah, not ideal, but knees are a nightmare in rugby league anyway, as I'm sure a lot of these players who are playing in this World Cup know about. But yeah, we get up and we go on. We're made of tough stuff as rugby league players.
Well, I'm not denying that in any way, shape or form. So Canada get a scrum here. Brazil just at times keeping hold of the ball. Whether it's fatigue, whether it's she's gone without the ball completely there. But this game really entertaining. Canada, Aberg off the scrum. Well, she's peeling away and she's through here. Maddie Aberg tiptoeing away through the Brazil defenders. Still going. What a surge that was from Maddie Aberg.
I love that about Aberg. She's not scared to run into the middles, but she's also not scared to look for the outside shoulder and get in that gap.
Menin is on. Jade Menin. Now they're in range. Naismith, Mariu. Through the hands to Hindley, delays the pass nicely. Fernanda, that's all! That was almost in for Sambo.
She's unlucky there. I think that were on a plate, that one. She'll be disappointed with that in the end. But another great set from Canada. Really getting the ball through hands and playing confident with the ball. Yeah, she'll be disappointed with that in the end.
That was almost perfect. She'd drawn Suarez, hadn't she? She'd bitten in on the centre, and it was just a pop.
It is. It's it's a bit unlucky as that one. Like you said, the centre did really well to draw both defenders in.
The cameraman, terrific dance to AC/DC, which I wish you could all see. Anyway, here comes Amaral. Big bump as she came thudding forward that time. Bodeman. And we are edging forward, edging towards half-time, heading towards the halfway line too with Brazil. Bodeman to Graf. Oh, it's been spilled. And the fatigue just fighting now.
Yeah, it's just the unforced errors that are killing Brazil at the minute. If they can clean it up in the second half, they've got the right plays set, and they've got players out wide in great shape, and they just need to catch the ball first before they can play with it, earn the right to play, like we say.
Giovanna Mora just unable to gather to scrum play, and they've done that a couple of times. They've gone back the same way the feed was. Canada.
Yeah, probably looking for a bit of a mismatch in defenders on that side.
Maguire straddling that line, eventually taken down. She's given a side a point right in midfield, in the centre of the field that time. Menin, meter-eating carry from her. Naismith, McDade, Nina Bowie looking to get on the outside. Barreling run from Nina Bowie, but tackled just short. Muller, Naismith, it'll be Aberg. Such a tricky player to bring down. Last one here in the set. Canada, will they go for the kick play? They have. That's a beautiful kick from McDade. Oh, the bounce! Just evading Very Sambo. She could have had a hat-trick.
She could. I think she had a couple more inches there. She was paranoid to stay on side with the kicker, I think, but I think she could have afforded to be a lot flatter there, and would have given her a lot more chance to get onto that pinpoint kick. But it's looking positive for Canada.
Yeah, they're hitting their rhythm now, aren't they? Just getting into that rhythm. So we are almost at halfway. Hooter sounds. What a fine first half of rugby league we've had. Brazil's final act of this first half. They scored a wonderful try. Amaral with raw power from dummy half. And then tries from Very Sambo and Sarah Maguire turning the game around for Canada. Jess, we've seen just a really enjoyable first 40.
Yeah, we have. I think Brazil had a really good start. First 20 minutes, they looked like they were playing with a lot of enthusiasm and spent a lot of time in the Canada 20. Maybe a couple of chances gone amiss for them, but really impressive from them, and they seem to have tightened up on a lot of things that have been going wrong for them in this World Cup so far. But Canada, yeah, not the best start, but really got into the game in that first half towards the back end.
Half-time then here. It's Canada who have the lead. Canada 10, Brazil 6. And lo and behold, they complete Group B with a game against each other, vying for top spot. And of course, the side that loses the England against Papua New Guinea game would have that toughest draw of taking on the winners of Group B. So all eyes on tonight's game from their perspective between England and Papua New Guinea. All England eyes, of course, will be on that Australia against the New Zealand game as well, and France against the Cook Islands. Very much like this one here tonight, Brazil against Canada, a shootout to avoid finishing bottom. So what lies ahead tonight? A big 40 minutes for both Brazil and Canada. We've got obviously that Australia-New Zealand game tomorrow, Jess Corman, which is going to be really whet the appetite. But as well, England against Papua New Guinea, which follows this game. A big double-header here at Headingley, and the opportunity for England really to just sort of strike a chord as they go into those knockout phases. Yeah,
they'll be really looking to get their best performance out here tonight, will England, and put on a good result against PNG, hopefully, to top the group. And like you said, get that, I don't know if I call it an easier semi-final, you'd like to think so, but yeah, they'll be looking to right a couple of wrongs in the games that they've had so far, but they've been looked really impressive, and equally impressive at PNG. especially with the likes of Guassaman in the centres. Obviously, it's going to be a great battle with the centres here tonight and the outside backs. I'm really excited to see.
That Gillaroos game against the Kiwi Ferns, Australia, New Zealand, a trans-Tasman tussle up at York. Always promises some fireworks, doesn't it, as well, that one. The two teams here going through their final preparations. Really interesting to hear from both camps as they came off with Jenny Meadows. Giovanna Mora, we're really enjoying this. We just want to give it our all. Likewise, Petra Woods, really happy with what they did towards the back end of the half, and they really want to chance their arm and get some points on the board. So a really positive, strong approach, and it's made for a great game.
Yeah, of course it has. Both teams just really soaking up the occasion here, and you are at a World Cup at the end of the day, and you've got to make the most of it. And like you say, this game really is there to be enjoyed tonight.
So both teams emerging onto the field. So Canada and Brazil both back out. Really engaging first 40 of Rugby League. Canada 10, Brazil 6 in that first half. Petra Woods at the heart of most things that were positive for those Ravens players. Brazil, likewise, showing a bit of samba skill. Sarah Maguire came off the bench and really made her mark with a big score. As Canada looks set to get us underway for the second half here. Brazil will get first use of the ball. This final Group A game for Brazil and for Canada. So final preparations as Giovanna Mora mentally prepares herself. So a massive 40 minutes to go. Canada against Brazil. Just the 4 points in it. Canada in front after that first half. It was Brazil who took the lead. Canada fighting back to go in front themselves. Final 40 for these two teams at this World Cup. Alongside me, England international Jess Courtman. It has been really entertaining fair. Two teams happy to chance their arm, throw the ball around, really enjoying themselves and bid a really fun farewell to this World Cup.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see a couple more special glimpses of play here in this second half. Like you said, both teams really enjoying it.
In front of an enthusiastic crowd, which is just starting to fill up with those heading in for the England-Papua New Guinea game, which follows. So hopefully by the end there will be a raucous crowd, even more packed and pumped, to applaud these players off the field here. Scampering run back in field from Welter, who made some inroads in that first half in the centres. Back to Graf really deep. It's almost a byproduct of rugby union as well, isn't it? The kicker really standing almost quite far back behind the line.
Yeah, almost like the players obviously that are in front of her are offside when she's kicked the ball, so it makes you wonder why they've gone for that tactic.
And here come Canada. What are Brazil made of as Sargent drives the legs. And they're almost up to halfway here early in the tackle count. Pakulis.
I think.
Yeah, it's straying, wasn't it? From layup. And Yonk is on for Brazil, and it was she who just caught her. Pakulis tried to take that one quickly and was pulled back by Matthew Smale. Michael Smale, should I say. He'll take the tap off the floor. That's Natasha Naismith. Pakulis then for Canada. Very short to Manine, and try from her. Pakulis. She explores that line again. Really testing out just how honest they are.
Dangerous with ball in hand is Pakulis.
Yeah, well, I was expecting her to pass and she didn't, and that's where the deception comes in. Aberg.
Another one.
Another drive. She's desperate for a score, isn't she? And she deserves one as well.
She really does.
Naismith, out the back, Mariu. That's a float. Oh, it's been pinned up, and she's away. We've already seen that. Edna Santini's got some gas, and she's off. She's off. Edna Santini. What a chase that is from Petra Woods. But Edna Santini. Oh, bring it home for Brazil. What a score that is.
Yeah, she deserves that one. Does Santini. She's been like a little, enjoying herself funny, like you've said all night, wanting to get hold of the ball, and a bit unfortunate there from Laura Mariu to float that ball out, and she just picked it out of the sky, hasn't she? She's gone from end to end, and really good chase back from Petra Woods, but just couldn't get there in the end.
Edna Santini. Again, she looks almost moved to tears, doesn't she? The emotion of scoring a World Cup. She had the gas, she must be blowing after that one, but she had just enough pace to get away as she scorched away downfield.
Yeah, I think I've been needing an oxygen bottle after that one. She's done really well as Santini to go from end to end. For quite a short player as well, her little legs were going really fast there.
Yeah, like a dynamo. Oh, what a take that is. Great anticipation.
Yeah, she's picked it out of the sky really well. Well, a little bit of a floating pass from Laura Mariu, which could have been a bit more direct, but yeah, full credit to Santini there.
Well, you can see how much that's taken out of her. What a moment, Maria Graf then. 1 from 1 already, 100%. This is a toughie out on that touchline. But the Brazil skipper, but it would give the Amazonians at the lead here as she sends it on its way. It's a long way out, that is, and it's just run out of gas, hasn't it? Unlike Edna Santini.
Yeah, it's a really wide pitch, isn't it, for these kickers, and unfortunately she just couldn't reach that tonight. Shame that Santini couldn't have stepped back inside and put it under the sticks there, but she's done enough work, hasn't she, to cross the line in the first place.
Yeah, if we're just picking holes with you in video review tomorrow, you should have gone nearer the post. That would be harsh, wouldn't it, that? What a finish, Edna Santini. What a moment that is in this World Cup. I've seen some super tries. Josh Adokar at Coventry. I saw Sione Katoa for Tonga at the weekend, and that is up there. Just raw pace, absolute shredding pace.
That's one that's going to be shown again and again from the highlights of this World Cup.
So, Annie Granada with the restart. And here comes Amaral. You saw in that first half, not afraid of taking it into the teeth.
Yeah, she really had some fire into that attack of Brazil, and just gets her head down and does all the hard meters for Brazil.
Graf moves it on in field, layout, and bumpers up. Just about stopped. Here come Brazil again. It's Canada slowing down the rook this time. On the back of those points, all square here in the Rugby League World Cup. This final game for Brazil and Canada, two emerging nations. Still very much early footsteps, even though Canada are at their second World Cup now. This is the first for Brazil. They've got developing leagues in their own countries. Again, it's Graf who will kick from deep, and that skews off the edge of a boot. Bounces forwards off the Canada player, but I think as you said, she was offside, and we've seen that a couple of times, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. The players need to be making sure they're obviously behind the kicker, and we've seen it a few times from Brazil where the kicker sets herself up really deep, and this is what obviously can happen.
Yeah, I think it's because Oliveira gets almost in within the 10 metres, doesn't she? Because I think the other two were far enough back.
Yeah, I think the outside backs would set themselves up really well, but like say Oliveira was just a bit too eager there, maybe.
So here we come. Thumped up this time. Aberg again, I think, who's having an explore. Pakulis, all quite knotted tight to the ruck at the moment from Canada.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get it back in behind the ruck and maybe draw those defenders in to create them gaps out wide.
Oh, great hands there for Mary, who's boomed her.
Yeah, she's done well to take that one. She fired that one into her.
Into Pakulis again. Again, she will have made some huge meters here tonight. Just looking at the screen, Aberg 123, Pakulis 124, and it hasn't caught up with that run yet. McDade into traffic. Naismith finds Mariu. Oh, plenty of height, plenty of depth on that kick. Bernard is in the frame. I think it just goes behind. Tackle in the air. Says Michael Smale. I thought that was what he was saying.
You kicking? Tapping? Kick if you want. What does that mean?
So it's lofted to touch. Suarez
Got to get them on side
was in there. So was Medeiros.
Here, on the line.
Yeah, I think that's both teams guilty of being offside at the kicks there.
Tati Fernandez is on, nicknamed the Armadillo, because her name is Tattoo. It's called a Tattoo, which means armadillo, which is I don't know if that's a compliment or not. It's
I'm not sure how I'd take that one.
Maybe it's her ability to roll in into a ball when she gets tackled or something, I don't know. And Amaral, what a surge again. She takes some stopping, and they will certainly know, the likes of Naismith and Pakulis, that they've been tackling her. They've got plenty of space on that right-hand side, Brazil. Can they exploit it here? Nice pass out to Santini, and here we go again. She's up and running.
Good scramble defence from Canada there, but again...
Yeah, it's that restart for Brazil as well. Real menace.
She is, she's causing some trouble out there, is Santini, tonight.
There's an old phrase, isn't there? Speed kills in rugby league sense, and she does. She burns you.
She is, but big credit to Graf's been good with ball in on tonight.
Exploratory run this time from Brazil. Oh, nocturnal. Spilled with the 10 in sight. That was a position for Canada. We're going to come back, though. Initial knock-on. A moment not to remember for Nat Yonk. Just looking at Santini, 102 metres, I'm sure 90 of them were for that try, weren't they?
Yeah, she's 102 metres. It's impressive either way, isn't it? Even if you have done an end-to-end try.
What a carry that is. Canada, you cannot settle when Maddie Aberg has got the ball, that's for sure. She will keep your defensive line honest. Bowie. Runs that one in hard. Naismith into Sargent. Route one here from Canada. Just under half an hour to play. Still 10 apiece here. What a game. Steal. Two sides, two nations, really taking those early footsteps in rugby league. It'll be drilled in by Sargent. Last one here for Canada. What have they got up their sleeves? Last tackle plays. McDade. Have a chip and chase in behind it. Oh, it was taken by Tati Fernandez. And she's just about kept hold of that. But that is taking the game by the scruff of the neck, isn't it? That's my ball, she said, as she came thundering through the crowd.
Slid into that one, I think. She's done really well to take that. Maybe not enough on the kick from Canada there, but a better set for them overall.
Certainly looked like it might have come loose, but she got away with that one. It's one of those second reflections, but she'll take that. Brazil will certainly take that. Under pressure. Leal into acting hard. To keep Brazil up and running here. We will crack. We're into a proper arm wrestle at the moment, Jess.
We really are, and we're seeing still those big hits in the middle of the park, and just the effort. There you go again, jumping out from the marker there.
Good strip from Canada, says Michael Smale.
Yeah, he's not happy with the players being offside there. They've been caught out a few times, and chances going amiss from being a bit too keen at the line, and yeah, giving Brazil a chance to march the way upfield now.
I mean, Bodeman was pretty slow off the mark there, wasn't she, from acting half? I think she thought she had a little bit more time than she did, and then she suddenly got clobbered.
She can't just ignore it. Red miles offside.
So it will be a tap here for Brazil.
Wait!
The penalty. Bodeman. And you've got Amaral lurking on an edge there, which I'm sure those edge defenders are like, what are you doing over here?
Yeah, not someone who you'd like to look up and see in front of you on an edge, I don't think.
Rattled in again here. It's Prioste. Short of that 20. A little bit loose out the back. Scooped up by Mora. Mora really good carry that. Turned a bad ball into a slightly better one.
Yeah, she's made something out of nothing there, hasn't she?
Bodeman from acting half. There was a decoy runner that went about 2 minutes before. As, the ball goes wide out towards Tati Fernandez here from Momberg. Momberg stepping into acting half and trying to quicken things up here. Brazil, though, have a bit of field position. A little bit loose, a little bit sloppy, but they've got away with it here. Fernandez lurking. Last tackle. Bodeman in acting half. Back it goes to McDade. He's just gone for that cross fielder, trying to pick out Santini. It's been allowed to bounce. And McDade as well at the back to mop things up here for Canada.
It wasn't a bad kick overall, though, was it? She got it into the right place, and just unlucky not to get under the ball there, but the Canada winger's done really well.
Here comes Woods. The chin from Prios that time. That well have been done, but she wasn't. Steele.
Both defences are leaving absolutely nothing on the field, either. There's been some big shots, and we've heard some contact from up here, so...
Yeah, you can hear the clatter, even from the godlike position we're in at the moment here. Scooped up by Naismith. Ball play short of the line to Mario. A chance for her to maraud forward here. Big leg drive from the veteran half. Hindley, the skipper. It's last tackle here. I don't know if she's seen the tackle count go up. Hindley's making yards, though. And she's turned that over. I mean, it was 90% of that was good.
It was, and that's even a good run at the end there. I'm not sure if she didn't see the tackle count with it being fifth, but she's jumped out of the dummy half position really well and gone quite a few metres up the pitch.
Yeah, maybe she just thought better turn it over there than kick and hand.
Yeah, head down direct rugby, and they've turned it over within the 20, so you can't really complain.
Bodeman. Mora with a bit of a slant forward this time. Bodeman into acting half. Lealu muscles up this time. Real nip and tuck affair this. Amaral's finally had a break. Casemiro on. There's space on that far side. Momberg picks out Medeiros. Santini dropped off on the inside. Canada on allowing her any space whatsoever.
They've muscled up around her. Yeah, they won't be burned twice by Santini. They've muscled up around her there.
Well, they've really come quick out of acting half, haven't they? The marker defenders for Canada are hunting.
Yeah, they're so fast off the mark, and they're really giving Brazil no room to work in at all.
Jess Courtman, England international, alongside us here this evening as the kick goes up from Graf. Matched at the back though by Woods, and she's got support there from Sambo, but she might not need it. In the end, she engages that Brazil line.
Yeah, Woods' kick return is really impressive. She really marches her team up the pitch.
An offside call against Brazil as well. Sambo will... She's going to tap this, she's going to... She will leave And Granada's going to kick for touch here. Took control of that situation.
Yeah, she was confident in herself there, and she's gone for touch, and she's gained a team over 10 metres, so big raps to her there.
Finally just organising. Granada being urged to get in there and tap this on the scrum lines. Hindley, the skipper. Ferocious carry, ferocious defence equally. Both sides really contributing to a superb contest. Pakulis.
No, that's fine.
Right into the heart of that Brazil defence.
Okay.
Vitesse going it alone here.
She thought she spotted a gap there behind the ruck.
Driven back that time by Leal. They'll come again here through Steele. Backing in, all elbows and everything is Brazil. Try and splatter to the floor. Fist out to McDade. Oh, she's almost through. What scramble from Brazil. Pakulis burrowing in. Pakulis might just have got there. The ball looks over the line from here. But we're going to the video referee. We shall see Michael Smale whether he sends this up as a try on field decision. Over to Grant Atkins, the video referee.
Video referee to match director. We have a live decision of try. Can I please check all available angles for grounding?
I can't hear Grant, Liam.
I'm unable to see the ball at this point. If we can see one from behind, that would be helpful. We can see the ball is on the ground with possession. Just need to confirm that it's actually on the line. If I can see this angle, yes, this would be great. Thank you. The ball is being grounded on the line. Thank you. I've viewed all available angles and I've made my decision.
Can you hear it? Just wait for the screen.
So all eyes on the screen. Grant Atkins has made his decision, and it's a try. Canada regain the lead. Megan Pakulis, so dangerous from close range, batters away through, and Canada rush the lead back again in this ding-dong seesawing encounter.
I don't think there's a player that deserves that more than Megan Pakulis, to be honest. That's her 20th carry of the night, and it just shows that she can be dangerous all over the field. She's used her initiative there to pick it up from behind the ruck and force the ball over the line almost for her team.
She doesn't even look out of breath, does she?
No, big smile.
29 tackles, 137 metres, 20 carries now with that one, as you say.
And she's been consistent in every game as Pakulis. She really has been a standout player for Canada.
Yeah, she doesn't miss with her hits. She doesn't miss with her attempts either in that one. Blasting away over for this Canada team. So Granada,
I know.
23-year-old who plays Rugby Union in Ireland, and the flags go up. So they've got a 6-point lead, Canada. 20 to go. You feel that that's not the end of the story, though, Jess?
No, definitely not. It's been back and forth all night, and Brazil will give as good as they get in. And they've been up in the Canada half for a lot of this second half so far. They're just unfortunate not to get over the line a couple more times. But yeah, looking for an exciting end to this game.
Mike Castle still pensive in his facial expression. Ben Hickey, his assistant, a little more animated, and you've got Paul Grundy up in the box for Brazil, who will be disappointed that his side find themselves behind again, but there's an awful lot to be proud about here so far, but he won't be wanting any patronising chat like that at this stage, will he?
No, he won't. He'll be wanting his team to really dig in here and chase after that win.
Granada takes the ball off the kick-off. The restart. Oh, she spilled that there. Brazil's intent, Brazil's aggression pays dividends.
Yeah, definitely. Great defence from Brazil. They've chased that kick really well and put a lot of pressure on the Canada player there, and yeah, come away with the ball. So let's see what they can do in this area of the field.
This is where you see the leaders, isn't it? We've got Amaral there just rousing her teammates, saying, come on, let's make something of this, let's get stuck in. And, well, you wouldn't argue with her, would you?
No, you wouldn't.
Sure.
And it really comes down to players like that to fill their team with confidence and just give them that extra bit of go forward.
So from the base of that scrum, it's fed out by Bodeman. Out onto Graf, she bites into the line nicely there. Medeiros comes in.
Hold! Hold!
There are 25 out here.
Go! Good, ladies.
Oh, Leal knocks it backwards. And I knew Michael Smale was going to blow up the minute it came loose.
Yeah. Big chance gone missing there for Brazil, I think, to equal this game up, and they won't be happy with that.
Yeah, early in the tackle count as well.
Yeah, it's the first play of the set, and you can't really afford to be given an unforced error like that.
It's a routine pass, but again, you almost sense that they are trying to think a couple of plays ahead.
Well,
and
Canada's defence is really quick, and they can probably hear them breathing down on them. So,
Maddie Aberg, you have to be paying attention off any tap, off any play the ball, because she's just going to come rattling forward at you here. Bakulis, likewise. I mean, unsurprisingly, 161 metres Aberg, 146 metres Bakulis. I mean, that's the least surprising thing I've seen on that stats board all night. They are relentless. Picking off the back of that Vitesse into Bakulis again. She just puts her hand up for every carry.
she's just such a prolific player for Canada. She's got her hand up every time in the set. Two runs in every set that Canada have had so far.
McDade through the hands, now to Aberg, plants her feet, driving on. They're really struggling to stop her here. Maddie Aberg has really dragged Canada within range here. What a carry from Maddie Aberg. Still the danger lurks. Sargent couldn't gather that ball in. It was a short ball right into the breadbasket. And they were so close to posting some points there, Canada.
It's unlucky as that, but what a run from Aberg. She got through a gap there that wasn't even there. She made it out of nothing, and yeah, she's been impressive all night so far, but maybe a chance gone amiss there for Canada to lengthen this lead.
She might be struggling here, to be fair. She's
yeah, it's probably going to be in the way. So
on the deck, receiving a bit of treatment. We've got a stoppage in play. There's a Brazil player down as well, Jess.
who's playing the ball?
Yeah, it looks like she might be struggling with a bit of cramp, the Brazil player. I think it's Graf.
Yeah,
Hopefully she'll be all right to carry on.
Looks down her hand as well, as if to say, I don't know, she took a whack there too.
I think they've all probably got a few knocks from this World Cup. It's been a tough one, hasn't it?
Yes, the stats again, just for your confirmation. 170 metres. She does not stop. Only this injury might quell her threat somewhat, but she's back in the line ominously again.
Fair play to her there, staying on. She's made a tough stuff, is Aberg.
So Oliveira's back on. Suarez is off and Welter back on. Brazil rolling their changes. Priost on the play the ball, taken in by Yonk. Unceremoniously dumped. Amaral. Just crabbing. And then popping a little offload away. And Canada have smuggled it here.
It's probably not needed that from Amaral. Like, she's so strong, a strong runner with the ball in hand, and she just needs to get her head down and take the tackle and get a quick play of the ball there, because it's just unfortunate for Brazil to be turned around in this area of the field again.
Canada, as you might imagine, take the scrum in centre field, offer that little bit of uncertainty to this Brazil team, which way they're going to swing.
Yeah.
Dealing with Mariu on this
Yeah.
right side, it might be where they go, but McDade will feed it. No, they've gone exactly the opposite. McDade to Aberg. Although they've done a really good job there, Brazil, just drifting across, saying, come on then, have a dig.
Yeah, definitely. They've muscled up in defence there.
Taken in by Vitesse, at the line to Bakulis. Not sure she was desperately chuffed about that one.
Oh, bit of an hospital ball there.
Vitesse again, Mariu dropped off to a lovely ball to Heinley there. Again, that art of deception, but good read by the Brazil defence that time. Vitesse, McDade. Oh, they've got numbers here. If Aberg can time the pass, Aberg might not need to pass. Stopped in her tracks this time.
There was extras in there, I had to call that.
Play the ball just short of that Brazil line. McDade. And Pakulis again. Hammering away on this Brazil line. McDade. Oh, that's a huge kick. Looking to pick out the player in the backfield. Couldn't keep it in play this time. Very Sambo.
Too much on it in the end, but what about the defence from Brazil there? It's really impressive. They're just throwing everything they've got at the Canada runners here, and it's really impressive from Brazil.
Tati Fernandez really didn't catch the fly of that one, did it? It was a huge kick from McDade. It just had loads on it. Could have been a kinder bounce.
Yeah, it's a bit unlucky, is that? It's actually a really good kick from the halfback.
More dropping it off to Yonk again. Here they come, Brazil. Looking for any chinks in the Canada armour here. Not many forthcoming. Amaral. She might just make one herself here.
Canada's defence is looking so strong, especially in the middle of the park. 66 minutes in and you're getting 3-4 players in each tackle still.
Yeah, solid, and it's not like they haven't been worked. Away to that short side of Madeira.
Another great tackle.
Up to the floor, textbook stuff from Nina Bowie. Well, she's given away a set restart. Only block on the copybook that time. Triost takes Brazil inside Canada territory here.
Just take it back, don't go forward.
Play the ball from the wrong spot.
Cheeky there, trying to gain a couple of extra metres up the pitch.
So Oliveira taken down. Bodeman finds Graf. Keeps that ball moved on to Amaral, who again goes back to that point behind the ruck, trying to tire out the same defenders over and over again. Well, on a good line there, Yonk, that time, but we moved out to this short side with Welter, who passed at the line. Fernandez has regathered. They've lost a little bit of momentum here.
Just a little bit indecisive at the line there. She needed to make a decision whether she was... At one point, she looked like she was going to put a kick in behind, but yeah, just a bit indecisive.
A turnover ball, which will disappoint Paul Grundy, or Manjo. No, sorry, it's a penalty, isn't it? Just seen the call. Well, he seemed to gesture for head high. And now he's moved it to a... So it clearly wasn't a head high tackle because we wouldn't have a scrum. So Michael Smale eventually is called scrum. So there we go. Mario feeds it. Vitesse away to Aberg. Perpetual motion. And Maddie Aberg. Passed at the line to Steele. Pirouette. So the forward pass was what brought up the scrum. I'm sure he gestured at one point for a head-high tackle, but maybe I'm just seeing things up here.
Look at that.
Pakulis again.
Leg drive from Pakulis.
Skittering defenders. Picked off this time by Vitesse. Turned back to Mariu. Now they're rolling, Canada. They've got that advantage. And they're looking to make it pay. Vitesse to McDade. You could see that Brazil line getting up. Ball comes down. Was it played at? It's Maria Graf, I think, down in back play again here. Still the last no set restart. No reset tackle count. Cramp, I think it is, that Graf's struggling with in the kick. Pouched by Moura, and what a timely moment for Brazil, who've got a couple of players just feeling the heat in back play, including
yeah, just stretching the calves out. struggling with cramp all over the field. It's been end-to-end, hasn't it, though, tonight, and they've covered a lot of ground, so it's not surprising to see the players struggling a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to feel it. They will. I don't think they'll enjoy those ice baths, but they certainly need them. Plunge pools. I was chatting to a couple of the Australia men's players. They said they have those rather than ice baths.
Least favourite part of rugby. That.
No cryotherapy chambers, just old school ice cubes in a big drum.
Go forward, really good, that's better.
Taken by Bodman, out the back to Mora. Welter, oh, some spaces opened up here. Lovely hands, oh, Fernandez is through! What a break this is from Brazil! Architects there.
Couple of really impressive offloads. Fernandez just needed to back herself on the outside there.
Skewed kick from Bodman. Oh, it's been spilled. Amaral was in the eye line. Nina Bui was in Maddie Aberg, wasn't it?
It's really uncharacteristic, Maddie Aberg there, but I'm not sure that she expected it to come to her then.
So she is human, after all.
Chinks in the arm.
207 metres, Maddie Aberg. 209 for Megan Pakulis. Amaral 107. Look at this skill. And Nat Yonk just said, thanks, I'll have that, captain. Matty Fernandez helped her out. So Brazil scrum, head and feed, and they've got some field position here. Inside the final 10, grab. Oh, that was a wasted play, really, from Medeiros. Oh, Canada have knocked on, have they, here? But Brazil's just sheer intent. They've got the ball back here.
Yeah, they've got a bit lucky there, like you said, probably a wrong decision off the scrum. They had a full set, but yeah, I mean, they forced a knock on, so fair enough. Let's go from this area of the pitch and see if they can get over.
Yeah, Mueller didn't take the kick cleanly.
Set the line, please, set the line, let them come to you, clock's on.
And then I don't think the converging Canada team took that one cleanly. So Brazil have a real position here. Amaral already got one try to an 8 tonight. Bumping off defenders for fun. Oh, it's come loose. Ah, penalty.
Canada don't need to be giving that away this close to the line. They just need to muscle up like they have done all night and yeah, get numbers in tackles.
The drama's not over yet. Clock's been stopped. The captain's challenge here, is it? I think Canada are appealing against this, aren't they? Yep. Here's Grant Catterkins.
Video referee to match director. We have a captain's challenge from Canada for the penalty of a ball steal with 2 in the tackle. Can I see the best available angles to see the tackle being completed? We lose sight of the ball here. There are 2 players in the tackle at this point. Can I see another angle just to confirm how many players are in the tackle when the ball's stolen? There are 2 players in the tackle when the ball is stolen. The challenge from Canada is unsuccessful. We'll be sticking with a penalty. Thank you.
So when Gabby Hindley ripped that ball out, Danny Frenada was clinging on around the legs of Francine Amaral, so penalty remains. And a chance for Brazil here. So many players setting up for this one, maybe. Loshi de Quadros. Loshi de Quadros, sorry. Dropped off to Amaral. Pure defensive effort from Canada. Just roadblocks all round here. Bodman with a pirouette here. Bodman can't be far away. And Michael Smale has given the try, and we're back within 2. Brazil, we're setting up for a huge finish here. No one wants to lose this game, and Brazil are a kick away from parity.
Yeah, I was just about to say that Brazil had options on either edge there, and the wingers were screaming for it, but Boardman obviously spotted a gap there behind the ruck, and she's gone for it and got it down. With defenders around her.
Well, Michael Smale, sorry, was pretty defiant, wasn't he? He went straight for the score, and yeah, from that angle, you wouldn't argue with it.
Yeah, they've just fallen off of the Canada defenders, and it's unlucky because they did put the bodies in front, but yeah, she's gone over as Boardman, and big raps to her there for spotting that gap.
Physiotherapy student, graduate in physical education. There's Patricia Bodeman and Maria Graf. Her heart will be pumping. Her nerves will be strained. In theory, this is a simple kick. But when equal scores in a World Cup game are up for grabs, it's never easy. Maria Graf tips it through.
Nerves of steel.
Great cheers from around Headingley. Brazil are all square. Nobody deserves to lose this game.
So exciting, isn't it? What a game we've had here tonight. Back and forth rugby, end to end. And both teams really, really searching for that win. And I can't say who deserves it more tonight, because both teams really have given it everything they've got. And what an end to the World Cup, either way where the result goes tonight.
Certainly a smile on the face of Paul Grundy now, that's for sure. So, restart here. Somebody wants it, 7.5 minutes to put your claim in for the 2 points, or will it be a draw? Either side can still snatch it. It's a golden point if it's all square.
Hold. Go to.
Oliveira.
Forwards are really digging in for Brazil here off the kick return. 3 runs in a row there that's really got their team on the front foot.
Muscular defence from Canada.
Hold. Hold. Go.
Nobody wants to let it slip here. Graf.
Get back in.
They're going to go for it. That's for sure. Loshi de Quadros that time.
Last tackle, Maria. Hold.
Put him in an acting half.
Go.
Prioste was lining up. It went out the back instead. And fielded by Ferris Sambo. And Canada have the ball back here. Woods. Petra Woods. Whenever she's swarming about this menace.
She's dangerous.
Sargent, or is it Vitesse actually this time?
Up and quiet. 3, yeah, I'm all right there. 6 1.
Oh.
3 minutes to go.
Pakulis again there, taking a run in and squaring up at the line, passing it on, gaining good metres for her side.
Okonkwo it was that time. Pakulis again. Big settler. 3 minutes to go.
Go. All good.
Mariu out to Woods. Oh, Woods is away. Great scramble, turnover ball.
Change over. I don't need it, do I? No. Wait, what? What the fuck? Maria!
So Canada have turned the ball over.
Move! Hold! Hold! Go!
So Pakulis. Brazil. Oliveira. Amaral. Big surge. Oh, ball comes loose. And Michael Smale pulls play back. So less than 2 to play. Amaral with a big carry. But again, trying to promote the ball. To be fair, the pass was on. Casemiro just unable to take it in. So, Jess Cortman, your Kazoo player of the match for this game?
It's been really difficult, if I'm honest with you. There's players on both teams that have really stepped up for their team today, but the stats really talk for themselves on this one. For Canada, I've gone for Megan Pekulis with 26 carries and 209 metres gained. You can't deny her.
Yeah, she's been awesome, hasn't she? Kicking the backfield here. The sprint is on. Oh, Fernanda got a foot to it. This is alive here. Pekulis is giving chase. Will it run out of room? No, it won't. There's the try. Alana Fitez dives on the ball, and Canada might just have pinched it here right to the end. Michael Smale will make sure it's all down to Grant Hankins in the video ref's position. Try on-field decision.
Video referee to match director. We have a live decision of try. Can I please first check the kick chase from the first kick, then the second kick, and then the grounding, please? Just pause this on the boot. Yep. Players nearest to the touchline are onside at this stage. Play through. Kick that in, play that through from this kick. All players are now onside from the second kick. Just go through to grounding, please. If we can have something from side on. Slow. Ball is grounded. Thank you. I'm happy I've used all available angles and I've made my decision.
One minute remaining. Canada have pulled it out of the bag in the final minutes of the game. What a kick on that was from Dani Fernanda. What a chase from Alana Fitez. It bounced up perfectly, and Canada swoop. And Canada, barring a miracle, have pinched this game from a heart-broken Brazil.
Canada really played to the last whistle, haven't they, to the last minute of the game. And Fernanda, wow, the intent she had to get through and kick that ball, side foot it almost into the in goal to be finished. It's a really exciting piece of play from Canada, and they really have given their all right up until the last minute.
So a hack into backfield. What a, I mean, that is the Hail Mary of all Hail Mary plays, isn't it?
It's a great piece of skill from Fernanda. I'm not sure if she's got a footballing pass or whatever, but she's managed to place that neatly into the in-goal area.
So Dani Fernanda somehow found the gas. No, she's missed it. And so the hooter sounds. Player of the match, Megan Pekulis for Canada, who have won this game in the final moments. Their World Cup ends with victory. Brazil, so brave, have just about had it ripped away from them right at the end. What a game. Neither side deserved to lose this one, Jess Cortman, but it's Canada who won it, and Brazil come up empty-handed.
Yeah, I really do feel for Brazil. After that result, they gave everything they've got, but what an end to a World Cup for both teams. They can both be proud here tonight. They really gave everything they've got and left everything out there on the field. They can both get on them planes back home and be proud of what they've done here at this World Cup.
They will soak up every scrap of applause. They will cherish this moment. Those Canada players for Brazil. It might feel cruel, it might feel painful right now, but they have to look at the wider picture. Full time here, Canada 22, Brazil 16.